Alright guys, so we got to talk about a Hollywood actor that is receiving massive backlash online for stating his dating preference in a recent interview. And that Hollywood actor that is getting massive backlash is Mr. John Boyega, whom some of you may be familiar with, as most recently he's played the king in the movie The Woman King. You know, the movie about the African female warriors who thought they were men, who found out the hard way that they in fact were not men when they had to face the British and the French. But yeah, they were fighting on behalf of slavery, okay, because their whole empire was built off of slavery. So yeah, this guy in real life came out in a recent interview and said he only dates black women. And that received massive backlash on social media because people called out the obvious hypocrisy that is when it comes to certain people being able to state their racial dating preferences while others are not allowed to, right? Mainly, white people are not allowed to state their racial dating preferences, especially if their racial dating preference is white, because that is seen as racist. And you have black women here who are coming to the defense of Mr. John Boyega, stating that he only wants to date them. As this black woman right here, right, for the Huffington Post, Miss Ruth Samuel, wrote an article basically telling people to get over it. He's allowed to date whoever he wants among racial lines, and nobody should better say anything about it. However, remember, just a few weeks ago, I did a video about how black women were the main people boohoo, whining, and complaining and crying about a white man who dated 50 women in 50 different states, and none of them were black.
So this guy has made a show of going on a date with a woman from every state. And let me just show you why he's getting a lot of hate. I think it's fair to say that my guy has a type. But here's what really makes me mad. This is the girl he went on a date with from Hawaii. Like, sir, what you not finna do? You not finna play us, sir. You not finna play us, sir. Then this is the girl he went on a date with from New Mexico, who is actually, if you look on her Instagram, from Long Island. So, sir, if you have a type, you didn't even have to go across 50 states for that. Like, you really just dated the same girl in every single state. Like, where is the seasoning? Let me know y'all thoughts in the comments, because I'm feeling like this was unnecessary.
So I randomly came across this video here, and I'm stitching it so you can kind of see. I've personally taken offense to this, and I am admitting that's part of my like past, and like I've dated a guy, maybe multiple, who are kind of like having a preference like this, and obviously all these girls are gorgeous and they seem excellent. It's just that it's sad to me, because why are we not attracted to people who aren't white? And I'm not trying to say that you can't like a certain way that people look, but you know, like out of 50, you're doing this for a video, not a single girl is black. And I think maybe there's like a light skin, maybe mixed girl, but you know what I mean, honestly.
I guess it was an all-white party, huh? No, the token light brights don't make it better.
Show, and all I'm saying is if we're doing a TV show about dating in every single state, I do not want to see blonde hair, blue eyes for every single state. I want to see black girls, Hispanic girls, Asian girls, Arabic girls. I want to see freaking Indian girls. I want to see every single body in between, okay? The United States is one of, if not the most diverse countries in the world. If we're doing a TV show consisting of dating in every single state, I want to see every single flavor. I want to see every single ethnicity. I do not want to see just blonde hair, blue eyed, especially for Hawaii. I'm sorry. That girl from Hawaii, you go to Hawaii and you date a blonde hair, blue. I know I said no hate this man, but I'm just saying, Hawaii, serious? Hawaii?
Yeah, so you've seen that, you heard that, okay? Obviously, those black women were super upset that this guy obviously has a type, right? Which is not black, okay? So that being said, I found it very, very, very interesting what this black woman had to say about a black actress coming out here and saying that he only wants to date black women, right? And she's telling us that now we got to get over it, right? We can't be mad, okay, about somebody's dating preferences because this guy is black and he's allowed to say that he only wants to date black women, right? Now, obviously, this woman doesn't speak for all black women not the same. I'm just saying, I just find it interesting how now there's a twist in the narrative, okay? How now it's like, okay, well, you know, that's just his dating preferences. What are we supposed to do, right? Get over it. Mind your own business, right? So let's read this. Quote, I only date black, said British Nigerian actor John Boyega, who knew that 4 words in a GQ UK interview would launch thousands of hate-filled rants into the Twitter sphere. Boyega, who stars as King Getzo in the box office hit The Woman King, talked to the Men's Magazine about everything his post-Star Wars journey and the debate about black British actors often portraying African-American figures, engaging in direct activism in the summer of 2020, and much more. But his desire to date only black women turned into a discussion about double standards and preferences. One Twitter user, whose bio says they are not interested in identitarian games, wrote on the app, quote, if a white actor said they only dated white women, many would not defend his right to have preferences. They would call him racist. I think that's a fact, right? That's 100% a fact. I mean, again, I objectively just showed you guys, you don't even have to be a white actor. You could just be some white dude who is documenting his dating journey, right, on TikTok, and black women are going to get upset because you don't want to date them, right? And they're going to call you racist. They're going to say that that is wrong, okay? They're not defending that guy's right to have preferences. But this guy right here, when he's black, though, you know, hey, people come to his defense and say, no, he has the right to date whoever you want to date. As many users rightfully pointed out in the replies, white entertainers and celebrities don't say it, they just do it. At most, they use vague descriptions such as blonde and brunettes and age-old euphemisms such as tall, dark, and handsome, and more recently, golden retriever vibes to describe their type. We've seen it on Love Island UK and so many other reality dating shows, for God's sake. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know what tall, dark, and handsome means, okay? I didn't know that was used to just describe white men, but apparently it is, according to this author and some other people. You learn something new every day. But even if they say it that, right? Here's my stance. Even if they say that, who cares, right? If they say I prefer to date white people, my stance is fine. I don't care. Just like my stance on this guy saying I prefer to date black women is fine. I don't care, right? Date who you want to date. Discriminate based off whatever characteristics you want when it comes to your dating life. I am pro-discrimination when it comes to dating, okay? I'm just letting you know. I'm all about racial discrimination when it comes to dating, if you so choose. Now, that's not me personally. I don't engage in that because I like women from all over the spectrum, okay? But I understand that some people just want to date people that look like them, that are as close to what they are as possible, right? And I 100% understand, I 100% get it, and I will defend your right to do that. However, again, we're not playing on an equal playing field here. Only some people in our society are allowed to date whoever they want, even if it's just people in their own race with no criticism, no backlash, right? Non-whites, okay? Not only non-whites are able to do that. Whites are not able to do that. If you're white and you come out here and say, hey, I only want to date white women or white men, you're going to be slammed as a racist, right? You're going to be slammed as a racist. That is what is being pointed out here, and rightfully so. John Boyega says he dates only black women isn't a problem. Double standards are a problem. If a white actor said they only dated white women, many would not defend his right to have preferences. They would call him racist. The rules have to stay consistent. That's all. Ding, 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 ding. 100% correct. 100% correct. Considering we live in a world where white womanhood is perennially on a pedestal, the sheer fact that a black male celebrity made it clear that he wants to love and cherish us without insulting any other group in the process is refreshing. What is always disappointing yet unsurprising is the internet's reaction, a telltale sign of rampant misogynoir in today's society. Okay, so here we go. It's nothing wrong with a black man saying that he just wants to only love black women, right? Because black women are benefiting, right? They're benefiting for that. But if a white man says, I don't want to date black women, okay, or I don't like black women, it's an insult, right? It's rampant misogynoir. I think that's how you pronounce that word. I'm not sure, but I'm just saying. Again, it's almost like you're in it for yourself. You don't really care about consistencies and principles. You just want a society where black women are allowed to have whatever standards they want to have, and nobody else is allowed to have those same standards that you have. And that's kind of what it seems like some of these people want. Again, they want special rights and privileges, not equal rights, special rights. Northwestern University professor Moya Bailey coined the term misogynoir in her 2018 dissertation. The term refers to the specific intersection of racism and sexism that black women often face. And she noted, quote, it's used colloquially in all types of academic, cultural, and casual settings. Yeah, so here we go. Black women are victims. Therefore, we're allowed to only be loved for people to say that they only want to date us, right? But if people say that they don't want to date us, then that's a problem. But people say they only want to date us, then that's just loving us, okay? That's just loving us. In reality, the Boyega discourse is a direct reflection of how people perceive black women in films. It signals that black women shouldn't believe we deserve love, and rather we should be grateful to even be in a romantic dating pool, despite being relegated to the bottom of the racist, misogynistic structures that be. See, again, here's the problem with these people. They're more concerned about victimhood than actually trying to make themselves wife material. Okay, they complain about not being wifed, right? Not people not wanting to date them, but yet they're not doing things to make themselves more dateable. Okay, you know the guy Kevin Samuels, who basically built a career off of, you know, making men more dateable, better husbands, better men, and then he decided to try to make women better women and more dateable, and black women hated him for it. But at the same time, they complain about how people don't want to date them. But when somebody comes along and gives them real talk advice on what men are looking for in women and how to be more dateable, more desirable, wife material, they literally danced on that person's grave when he died of a heart attack, right? Again, these people kill me, bruh. They kill me with this stuff. Historically, we have been hypersexualized and adultified, reduced to objects for mere sexual pleasure. Yes, it's society's fault, not the black women's fault who sexualize themselves and make sexuality a key part of who they are. Black women have been hypersexualized because black women has hypersexualized themselves. You have black women who come out here and say that you're not allowing me to be a black woman if you don't allow me to be sexual, right? If you say, hey, you need to be more wholesome, okay, you need to dress more modestly, you need to be more conservative, they're saying that that is anti-black woman. But yet they complain about being hypersexualized. Again, these people, they don't know what they want, bruh. They don't know what they want. Black girls are perceived as needing, quote, less protection and nurturing, and as being, quote, more knowledgeable about sex, according to a 2017 University of Florida Levin College of Law study examining violence against black women. Love Island girls stay saying they want tall, dark, and handsome men, but are describing white men. That will never be crazy to me. Yeah, okay. Then on the other point of the pendulum, black women are mammified and defeminized. The mammy character originates from the era of slavery and describes the archetypal a black domestic servant who is good-natured, obese, coarse, and maternal figure. Wow, the victimhood is deep here. Too often, black women are deemed devoid of any desire or longing for companionship. The expectation is that we are worker mules, saving the world around us gleefully and loyally, despite reaping minimal tangible benefits. The conversation also doubled down on the racist notion that loving a black woman loudly, openly, and as she is unfathomable. No, that's not where this comes from at all. It simply comes from the fact that there's a clear and obvious double standard. Nobody would care about John Boyega saying that he only dates black women if white people were allowed to say, hey, I only want to date white people, right? If they were allowed to say that without being called racist, nobody would care about his dating preferences. He's only getting backlash to point out an obvious double standard here. But again, this person can't grasp that. They can't conceptualize that because they're too caught up in their own victimhood that doesn't exist. It points to society's inability to see black women as full human beings. We are your playthings, your saviors, your bridesmaids, and partners in crime, but never the bride. Y'all didn't want to be the bride, right? You don't want to be the bride. But anyways, I just want to be clear. This applies to mainly liberal black women, right? This is a liberal black woman problem. I don't think conservative black women have this issue, okay? I think that conservative black women generally have more self-esteem about themselves and who they are. They're comfortable with who they are. They're comfortable in their skin, okay? To know that, you know what, it doesn't matter who people want to date, right? Somebody that likes me for who I am is who I want. And that's fine with me. That's okay with me, okay? Yet here, Boyega is professing his love for us, and when it comes to desirability, whiteness, and a proximity to it have been and still are considered the default. No one questions on dating apps. Black women and Asian men were decidedly the least sought after, NPR reported in 2018. Wow. At least Asian men are not as openly complaining about the fact that they are less sought after, right? Like black women, okay? They're not boohoo whining and complaining. They're too busy getting to the money. And I guarantee you they're still getting married, right? But again, these people, right, particularly the liberal black women here, that have this issue with who people want to date, okay? Again, it seems that you have a self-esteem issue, right? You need to examine yourself and love you for who you are. That way you don't worry about who people want to date and their racial preferences. Because ultimately, in the day, this was just calling out a double standard. Nobody was saying that this man can't openly love black women. Nobody was saying that whatsoever. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.